Hi, Virgo. Happy New Year once again, and welcome to your yearly oracle reading. So, this reading does apply from 17 to 18. And what I've done is I've pulled a variety of oracle cards from Doreen Virtue's decks. And also, we're going to look at one tarot card that I pulled out from the Chrysalis Tarot to give you an overall message or theme for your year. So we'll start off with that first, just to see overall the feeling that gives off for your year. Okay, so you received the Eight of Stones. Now, the Eight of Stones, if you're familiar with the Rider-Waite Tarot, it's similar to the Eight of Pentacles. So this is something you've been working on a project or maybe in your work something. It could be personal, it could be with a team, but I do see that you've been working hard at it for a long time and you've been put in the hard work. So you're reaping the rewards this year. So that's a major highlight that will be happening for you this year. So exciting change is on your horizon for sure, and your rewards are about to be reaped. So now it's time to reflect about your transition. So, where you want to go next. Okay, so it is a completion of a project and a celebration for you. You could be even thinking about launching a website, starting a business this year, or maybe if you already have an idea and you've already put work in a website, now is a good time this year to start expanding or think about, which direction you want to go to next, who you want to network with, who your target is. So just kind of launching new branches out and expanding yourself and your abilities, your talents, resources, everything like that. But some of you could even be taking a break to reflect from work. Okay, so I could see that for some of you instead of taking action to do something new or expand whatever it is that you're doing, especially using social media. So that's a nice way if you want to expand your business, since everyone's doing it online nowadays, even using YouTube. So if there's something that you're working on and you want to get more sales or more get awareness, definitely look into expanding yourself more into social media or letting more people know about your services. But overall, the other half of you, or not even, I mean, there's so many of you watching, so it could be very different for everyone. But I do see it taking a break, really putting your tools down. So you could see in the picture, the tools have been laid on the ground, and it's just time for you to say, all right, tap yourself on the back. You've done a good job. So now you really want to take a little bit of a break. It could be retirement for a few people. So this could apply to years of work. So it could be that, or it could be something short term that you've been working hard months nonstop, and now you're just kind of ready to breathe and reassess some things. So great, let's look at the rest of the cards that you have here. So overall, honestly, I do feel for you, aside from work, because you are very hardworking. This is going to be a year that's not really, you're not used to this type of year, but it will be more focusing on relationships. So usually where you're thinking about practical matters, work, building yourself, personal development, this is going to be a year that you're sharing mostly with others. So there's a lot of relationship cards that you have here. You have getting to know each other in your love relationship card. You have even twin flame to back that one up. And you have in your health and well-being relationship. So partnerships will be a main focus for you this year. I tend to jump around to different cards, but just bear with me. So I'll try and go in order, but sometimes I'll just get inspired from another card in the reading, and I tend to lose track. But I hope you get the main message overall. So let's begin with the first card. you have clear audience here. Okay, so notice the loving guidance you hear inside your mind or from other people. So this card really talks about getting brilliant ideas or thoughts, even coming out of nowhere. The universe will be giving you signs on any of the direction that you want to take. So it will be reassuring you through external signs. So you could be maybe driving your car, you hear a song that gives you the answer to whatever it is you want to do. You could even be on public transportation, on the bus or in the subway. Maybe you're thinking of something, saying, "Oh, should I do this?" And someone beside you could yell out yes, just from their own separate conversation. But it's also like it's something that makes you turn your head and you're like, "Were they talking to me?" kind of thing. So that could happen as well. So just this is a card that's saying paying attention to the signs and just overall external things happening around you, okay? But overall, this is also telling me some of you even perhaps are very intuitive in some way, and clairaudience is the way where you have a psychic ability. So use this, all right? So if you've been thinking which direction to go, maybe in holistic healing or anything like that, this is a gift that you have. So you have the ability to get inspiration and thoughts out of nowhere and use these thoughts. This is spirit talking through you to use you as a channel to create something beautiful. Okay, so all these ideas you're getting, it's for you to explore them and expose them out for the world to see. So even if it's like random, make sure you're really paying attention to these thoughts, okay? For those of you especially who are really creative and work with, artistic projects or creative ideas, brainstorming, anything like that. So this is going to be a great help for you this year. You're really tapped into your intuition. Um, so let's see here. And the next card you have strength. So that falls into your life purpose and career. Okay. And I always tell people your life purpose, it doesn't have to be, what you do for money or what you do as a career. Your life purpose, it can be totally different. What your soul is meant to learn here is something totally different from what you make money from. Sometimes people are, lucky that they actually merge the two together, their life purpose with how they make money. And if you could find a way to do that, that's great. But even if you do it without, making any income, it doesn't mean you're behind everybody else. You're still living on purpose. Okay, so strength here, everything you've experienced in your life has made you strong and courageous. Okay, so perhaps you think, your hardships, things that difficulties you've had in the past that you've experienced, maybe you feel that they've set you up for failure. And this is a card reassuring you that it's not true. They have built you up and have given you more of a tougher or harder shell to face whatever it is to come. Okay, so they've actually equipped you and trained you to tackle your challenges and just be strong in how you deal with other people, and made you strong to stand up for yourself and to go after the next step with more confidence and more ease. Okay, so all the challenges you've experienced, there's divine timing with this. So this card wants you to know that you haven't failed, and don't feel guilty. If you're feeling guilty, this is saying don't, because you're right on track with your life purpose. Okay, so if you're wondering if you have fears or insecurities, what to do next, this is definitely a card that's telling you that you do have the confidence, you have the resources, the talents, you're ready to tackle the next step. Okay, go after whatever it is that you dream. And Virgos usually tend to be, you're very hard on yourself. Okay, so that's something you need to work with. And you could criticize yourself very often. So this is, all these experiences have make you courageous. So you do have the ability. Try not to get into the whole a perfectionist mode, just start whatever it is that you want to start, because you'll never be perfect enough to do something, to start something. You're always learning along the way, okay? And things change all the time around us. So nothing will ever be perfect. Just get it out there in the world. Okay, so don't be too afraid of, oh, it's not the right time yet, and I want, this to be organized before I start. I want to have the perfect. It's never going to be perfect. So that's the beauty of life, is life's imperfections. So just start whatever it is that you want to do. So in your love and relationships card here, okay, so you have getting to know each other. So maybe some of you, I do feel, have been hurt from past relationship, and you feel you've built walls. So that's where I connect the strength card. Maybe you feel you have, like, I see some of you having an armor, layers of armor on top, because of someone may have hurt you when you were younger, um, for those looking for love. And even those, who have something, maybe you secretly seek something more, but you might have settled for something that it's comfortable, because maybe you're worried or fearful to put yourself out there to find, that true bliss. But maybe you have that fear, oh, what if you get hurt again? So maybe for, I don't know, a few of you, because there's thousands of there listening, this message could apply to a few. So just be careful. You don't have to settle for less than you really want. If you do crave, spiritual intimacy, physical with mental, those relationships sometimes take time. So be patient, and it's worth waiting for sometimes. So sometimes, you have to open up your heart and put down the armor, because by shielding yourself all the time, you not only, prevent the bad from entering, but you also prevent sometimes the good. But overall, this card, getting to know each other, it's about creating intimacy with your partner, if you have one, and revealing your true feelings, your dreams and desires, just the innermost aspects of yourself. So if you are with someone, it's taking that sacred time to get to know each other a little bit more. So really open your hearts up, okay? And discovering new ways of relating, so making time one on one for intimate moments. So this is really nice. It's a beautiful card, especially for those of you who have just met someone. Um, Try to avoid, if they're a new person, avoid sometimes too many group or friend gatherings or loud places like clubs or movies, that prevent you from being intimate with eye contact and really listening to each other. So you want to create a space where you're actually kind of forced to talk and get to know each other, okay? Because you might find by doing this, you're going to discover um, the commonalities that you have with each other, or differences, but differences in a good way that maybe complement or balance your relationship. Okay, so it's, even if you're presently in a relationship, it's a card that's saying there needs to be some healing through honest communication. Okay, especially if you've stuffed down or suppressed feelings, it's saying to openly discuss with each other. Okay, sometimes it could apply for those of you, maybe it's a good idea sitting together with a counselor to give you the strength and support to bring them out of you. So it could be that you need a third person involved to kind of help you unleash these suppressed feelings. Okay, so it is a card that's guiding you towards holding deep and honest discussions for the benefit of your love life. It's a beautiful card. And it says, as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Beautiful card. Okay, and I do see you have the support of other people. So this is something that's part of your life purpose. You might need the strength to push yourself to express these hidden emotions or feelings. Okay, and you have twin flame here, which is amazing, because everyone always waits to meet their twin flame. That's the ultimate soulmate relationship. So you have, your karmic ones that you go through usually early in life. And those are the ones that teach us a lot of lessons. There's a lot of power struggles, a lot of ego involved, a lot of negativity and stress. But the twin flame, it's usually the one that comes after you've passed all of your struggles and your lessons. Okay, and usually the twin flame is um, you meet someone. So again, this doesn't apply for everyone, but for a few of you might meet your twin flame this year. And just because you have a lot of strong confirmation cards around, such as relationship, so you might meet someone and get a strange feeling of recognition when you meet them. It's like an instant pull to them, like you've known them, like deja vu, and you just feel like you met the person before, or just know you have a knowing that you're meant to be together, even though other people might think you're nuts and they might be like, what are you talking about? You just met them. So you know how you feel, okay? But this person feels like home. If you're already in a relationship or you met the person, this is telling me that your spouse is very much so your twin flame. So you could feel reassurance just from that. But with twin flames, it's beautiful on a physical, emotional, spiritual, and mental level. You connect on all those levels, or on all those levels. But it doesn't mean that there's no issues with the twin flames. It doesn't mean it's perfection, like you're walking through fields all the time with flowers. Of course, life and reality gets in the way too, and you're gonna have your little arguments here and there. But the majority of the things that happen in karmic relationships, like the power struggles and the ego just trying to be right all the time, and the fears, insecurities, these usually don't occur in the twin flame relationship. So you do feel more sense of a security and comfort that you feel safe. Okay. So if this is a person that's making you feel like this is probably your twin flame. Okay. So it doesn't even have to be love. It could even be perfect union in business or like work partnerships, team members. You could probably be meeting people that are in alignment with your authentic self, and you're just thinking clearly and thinking on the same wavelength kind of thing. So it could even be that you're at the right place at the right time in terms of work, and there's like a perfect business partnership happening. Okay, so I could also see for some, or maybe just a few of you, um, there could be some finances tied, like made to the partner. So, or maybe you're getting an inheritance, like through their parents or something like that. But there's a financial security here with a person you're coming into contact with, that they help you somehow financially. Okay, so it depends, how it works for you, but there's some money or finances surrounding around this relationship that's of extra assistance. Okay, so the financial flow card, it could tie into those ones, the partnership ones, in that way for some, but for others, this could be a year where you could get a promotion, you could change jobs, and you're just more financially stable. There's a flow of finances, they're going more smoothly, so you could really be excited for that. Yeah, so you could be changing jobs. You could be doing the same job, but you move into another location where the pay is better. Okay, you could even get surprise money, like I said, inheritance or something like that coming from somewhere out of the blue. And it's even great for scholarships. If you're in school, you might be doing really good and you get a scholarship. So really look into that, because I feel the stars are really aligned for you this year, and there's so much abundance in your life, just so much like love and prosperity, and it's just a really healthy life. And like some of you, those of you who felt very alone, or you were afraid of being alone, I really do feel this year you're going to feel a comfort that you're not alone, and you really do have the support around you from people who really love you where you thought maybe you're not as much cared for or anything like that. But the universe is really trying to show you you're very much you're well loved and you're fully supported. So it's telling you not to have that fear. Wow, you have a lot of relationship cards. So yeah, let me know, guys. Write in the comment section if you get any more inspirations from these cards, something that I missed. Make sure you write it in the comment section. Maybe it'll help somebody else reading it as well. But in your health and well-being card, you have relationships. So here it is. You have an angel figure in the back, just really helping two people get together. So there will be a healing in your relationship where there was issues. You do have a spiritual support to heal these relationships. So maybe someone from your past might even be coming back, and there's a second chance. Okay, but I do feel you need perhaps to heal your heart. Okay, so there's a lot of emotional healing within relationships. So, with anything happening, if there's been obstacles with somebody else, it's telling you to maintain clear and loving communication uh, as these problems resolve. Okay, so any misunderstandings of the past, they're all being healed right now. Okay, so you fill your heart with love, peace, and compassion. Okay, and just you're really going to be looking at life and other people's obstacles through their shoes too. So you're going to become a little bit more compassionate and not as judging. So you will develop more of a sensitivity this year. Okay, so especially if you've been hurt from the past, this is saying to really focus on that for your well-being. Okay, and I do feel there's another person's influence on this situation for your well-being, whatever it is that's going on. It could be maybe you're going through something health-wise, and there's somebody else in the picture trying to help you, so you're not going in this alone. Okay, so there's a new person that might help you with the situation. Again, it could be financially, or something actually physically if something's going on health wise. So you will get a positive message from somebody, and ask for help if you need from other people. Make sure you're not keeping things to yourself. And this is a card that's saying form that bond, that partnership. Be open with your problems and you'll get the assistance. Okay. So also trust your intuition about the relationship that you're in. And I do feel for me that this is a confirmation card that a new romantic relationship is coming into your life. So it doesn't have to be so complicated. It could just be that, you will meet someone, for those of you single and looking, someone beautiful will be entering your life. So this is something to celebrate about. Okay, and you have strong instinct too. So trust that. Trust your intuition with the people coming into your life. Wow, what a beautiful spread. I think yours is my favorite so far. So let me know how it goes, everyone. I wish you all the best and a lot of health, happiness, luck, love for this new year. And keep posted for the monthly readings as well. Bye bye now.